Hello, and welcome again to Ace Attorney. We are on this third episode. Samurai! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will's powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edwards, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October the 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed his fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edward, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you will briefly... Ouch. If you will briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. Cheeky water. Sip. Yes, sir, explain with a guide map, yeah. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See? This is where the employee area. The actors did run through other action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works in the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here's the studio 1. And there is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October the 5th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and the young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. And after lunch, victim Jack Hammer went to the studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the gas station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of that was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged to the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Listen again, skip it. I wish I could I think I can probably remember that. The murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the gas station see? Understood. Let's call the security office to the stand. What? Oh, yeah. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. See, Edward has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Wendy, old bag, dearie. Just call me Grandma. It's too quick. Objection! Object to the witness talkativeness. Objection sustained. Witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I will just get into the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, and to get to the scene of the murder, someone will have to pass by you. You know, your style, dearie. You may begin your testimony. You sure he's one hell of an old bag. Witness account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. that we can all agree. Paul O'Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands around that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the gas station. I was the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. Okay. You saw the defendant then. Very well, let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. So... I try to remember. I'm not gonna read everything again. At 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man, right? Was heading to the studio. Yes, she does enjoy too much. Objection! Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Yeah, that's a big underbrush. Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What it is, it's exactly none other than Steel Samurai, defender of the new old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag? Is this Miss Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that this is Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, no wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Yeah, I know that. I wasn't born yesterday? No one in this court has accused you of that. Witness? He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have a proof that the person in this photo is indeed Mr. Powers. Humphrey Noisy Old Man? Of course I have proof. Oh no. Even my adjourned is surprised. Hit. Damage. More damage. Anyway, the prosecution would like to ask the witness to refrain any action. Please make it known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? Should you be ashamed, all of you? Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old wingback left even Edward speechless. She's good. She's good. She's pretty good. Anyway, let's hear about your proof then. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the prop. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as that. Sorry. That's how I knew it was Powers, happy? That is indeed, as a matter of fact. So he had sprained his ankle, right? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Oh. Let me press. Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his resting room to rest up after lunch. That's the move. Anyway, I saw him dragging his food when he walked. Dragging his food, okay. Well, break. Broke a pro. Sure did. His own samurai spear. Samurai spear. Another weapon? Luckily, it was there with a duct tape to fix it. It struck me as a significant detail. Better write this down to cool record. Okay. Was present to a run through. Well, let's see, there was Powers. He's the still samurai. The Paul Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. When started, what are you doing? Observing. Just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such, so she didn't see the run through then. Top I trip and fall. Trip and fall. Yes, and to think, sprained his ankle, he helped make better calls. Help make it better. He said where he hurt. Oh, let's just keep up with that, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops again. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony. Oh. I think we heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Oh. Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is it? Where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. Okay, this is messy, you know? We're looking though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes? And it's clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. You sure you are object? Should I object? Wait and see what happens? I kinda wanna object. Wait and see what happens. I think I'll wait and see what he does. I suppose since there were additional crew members at the studio today, it's quite likely that he was the defendant inside that costume. I see no problem with that as evidence. Most perceptive, Your Honor. He still doesn't seem that convinced to me, I hope. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? Oh, no need to ask twice. Turbo Dad was Superman too. The only person I saw go to superpower was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, you would have seen that. And that is the problem. Ouch. My back. My back. If no one else went to the studio, then it will have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine this witness. I would like to present you the picture again. Objection! Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo has been taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sire, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture, right? And here I thought you didn't know you had from a hole in the ground. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the gas station records all security cam's data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. The very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo printed the words October 2 p.m. photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. Oh, whatever. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at 10 where it says photo #2. The computer only held data from one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? That's odd. Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1? It really was the only photo. Order, order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Miss Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but two people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could ever erase the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security lady herself. Yeesh, me? You watch your mouth, you... Wiper? Wiper is not hard. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means two people must have went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can a witness explain this to the court? I don't understand this newfangled computer trick. Edgy boy, hell? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. Your whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something that mattered, Miss Oldbag? Oh, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than Still Samurai. Oh, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos record on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. You did? Miss Oldbag, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. Edward gets headaches. He's super efficient. Oh no, what was that? He's super effective. Well, of course, honey. I've only just remembered. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your examination. Unexpected? I say this was done for unexpected, but I can't have expected this. Hold back. Well, which the heck was that photo you erased? Was the child? Yeah, it was the child. A fanboy. Fanboy? Still Samurai fanboys, really freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about one who was there that day. Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? Lock the main gate so no one could get in, those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? Yeah, like rats. I told you there were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids, children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy. Probably second, third grade? Third grade? Yes, it will be too heavy to be held by a kid. Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way onto the studio that day. One was the Still Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about second or third grade? Oh yes, well, see, his type, they're every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in second or third grade? I suppose it will be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think, is quite heavy. Right, as I said, they didn't pay him much mind. This is why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, they are already trying to unsuspect him. This call will take 5 minutes recess. I want the defense, and the prosecution to consider this new information, and not forgetting vital information this time. Mr. Powers, or Wolverine? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest. So, who was the Still Samurai in the security photo? How should I know? The Still Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Then could have walked in and taken it. What? You should have taken better care of your own stuff, damn it. Can I imagine anyone would want to steal the Steel Samurai costume? So where does this leave me? In a really bad situation. Doesn't look good. You are the only likely suspect right here. Nick, what are you going to do? First, we play for more time. Well, start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it will take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose one on the stop. Right. The hell did you just... Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. Sig. We're gonna J'accuse! Please don't sing like that, Sniff. We're gonna J'accuse the old head, yeah? Cool, we'll now here for the trial of his political powers. Mr. Edward, will you present the prosecution thoughts on this matter? Prosecution thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could ever commit this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Miss Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagree with the prosecution claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Jacques, interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. At least the stake were high enough. So, who was this person that Miss Powers that could have committed? Yes, you all got this. This is the most funny one. Yeah. Jacques! Wendy Oldback. Woo! Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Oldback. What? What was his name? Order! Order! Is this true, Oldback? Oldback? That's Miss Oldback to you. Miss Oldback was standing guard alone in the main gate. Well, she was there by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slip into the studio and the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simply, Your Honor. She knew the camera of the gate would take her a picture. If she was in his costume, she could point a finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here, Sherlock Holmes second. The bloody second, baby. Baba. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edward punches? Doesn't he usually jump out with objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Miss Edward, does the prosecution have any opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objection at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just stay there, so do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this all away. Press further, keep granting a break. Press fucking further, perish. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powell a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldback's action on that day too. But why would I do something so horrible to Go Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it too. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait, just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? Boy, the one whose photo I erased. So the grade schooler though, as you said, second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I saw that age, I could beat my whole man in 10 second tops. You really feeding the thing to the kids? Your thought, Mr. Wright? The boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to the kid and me? Or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your eldest? They? Whisper Nappa? I don't know. Wiper numbers? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Miss Wright. I don't know. Oh yeah, you need a card key to get in. Murder weapon, well yeah. Card key? Take that! The scene of the murder, all well known, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter the studio. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studio have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? They went back speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This call will suspend proceeding on the current trial for today. Miss Edward, please find out more about your witness. Miss Windy? That was her name? Something Oldback, Your Honor. Something Oldback. The prosecution will look further into it is Oldback before we continue. That is all. This call is adjourned. Oh, she's pissed. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Wait. Stop the process. The wingman wants to talk. Miss Solback, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, you must know there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it was Andrew who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on that day. On the day of the murder. They say that had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you are going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldback? This is crucial information! Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut up, my bloody trap! And I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldback. It's alright, your cross-examination. Everyone is annoyed. Okay. Who are those people? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer and for starter. Director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, there is one. You go through the gate all the way to the left. But it's blocked. The path where the monkey had fallen over. Boom, 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 boom. Well, Mr. Ryan, would you like to continue cross-examination? I think I already asked all my questions. Take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer, and there's probably some bigwigs, so we're all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. All that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledged the defense point, and the prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldback, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. Poor Edward. This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This case is adjourned. And okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I? I'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So, now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who he was in the Still Samurai costume? Could it really have been the old wingback? What do you think, Mr. Paulus? I don't think he was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old wingback, I felt kinda sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without any my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guy. Dove continuate. And there's everything for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be taking a break because I'm tired. And you'll be taking a break because you are tired. Why? Because I say so. I'm joking. Happy dreams. Goodbye. Hi.